When you live in a small town, everyone knows where you've been and what you have done. I've been trying to leave this old town since I...
Welcome back. Thanks for joining us. I'm Zeta.
And I'm Kelly, and you're listening to
Two Sides and the Truth.
All right, guys, welcome to our Christmas spectacular.
You did it way better than I could have. That was off the top of her head, y'all.
It just came to me.
I know. I was like, you want to introduce it? Yeah, okay. Immediately out of your mouth.
I'm a professional. Okay.
I mean, I'm just saying, I called that. You were the best man for that job. Or woman.
Whoa, man.
Woman. Okay, go ahead. I'm sorry. That threw me off.
All right, so that's pretty much what our catch-up is our fun weekend that we had. And it was amazing. I loved it. Big Al's Christmas party, White Elephant Christmas party. It was another one for the books. It was my second one.
Yes, my third.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so each year it's changed a little bit. So the first year it was at his house he had before this one. And then was last year there too?
Last year was at his house.
The current house?
Yeah.
I can't remember. Okay, so then this year was at the new house, and then again at the new house. But what was different about this year is that the previous 2 years, the entire cast from the Kid Credit Show came. And this year they couldn't because I'm sure if y'all are listeners, you know this, but Al and part-time Justin put their invitations out within 3 hours of each other. And it was for the same time.
Wow.
So, that meant the cast members were going to have to pick. But also, it was a week later than Al normally does the party. So they're off. And so Kelly was scooting out of town. She went out of town for holidays.
She was at last year's.
Yes, they've been at every year. So she was out of town, so she didn't attend either. Anna attended Justin's because it was his first one.
Yeah.
And she, they're real close.
Yeah.
And then JC, I think he was sick, so he didn't go to either. And so it wasn't them. But we did have a lot of people, familiar faces.
Yeah.
And we saw a lot of people that we did know from previous parties.
Mm-hmm.
The lady that remember I told you no one really liked my gifts? Didn't I say that? Maybe I told Rick this. That I just was going to bring liquor this year, which I did, because I always felt like people didn't get my humor. It's just such a different mix of people.
Yeah.
Like there's all kinds of,
Mm-hmm.
And so, I didn't bring dirty stuff. It was just like my humor, just a little sarcastic, know. Well, one of them was a mug, and I think it was the first year I gave this. And it was a mug I ordered, and it said something, and then you flip the cup up like you're drinking it. It said something funny, and you flip the cup up when you're drinking it, and it's flipping you off.
Yeah.
And there was other stuff in it, but that was part of the gift. Mm-hmm. Well, this lady got it, and she was my age, a little older than me, probably, and real pretty African-American lady. I didn't know her. I'm really not sure who she is to Al. I don't think that's his sister. And but I've seen her at a bunch of events, and I'm afraid to say, "Are you his sister?" Because I don't know. It might be. I've been, I don't know. Anyway, so I've met his sisters, but I just, they're always all these same people at every event.
Yeah.
And then I feel guilty. I don't remember them because my memory. Anyway,
I know, same.
So she approached me just to tell me how much she enjoys that mug still, and she thinks about me every time she uses it. So I was like, "Oh, all right, I made it. All right, good. All right, maybe I should have picked something fun like that again." But I think what I brought worked out because it was immediately locked down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It sure was. And it's so funny how there was a couple of risque gifts this year.
Yeah.
And you could tell as soon as somebody opened it and they were scared to take it out of the bag or anything because they're like, uh-oh.
Yeah. So one of them, one of the bartenders came and his bartenders and her husband, and they are the ones that gave the charcuterie board.
The charcuterie board?
Charcuterie board. It's I can't even say
charcuterie board.
Charcuterie board shaped like a penis.
Yep.
It was awesome. And Amy stole it.
Yeah, she's like,
mine. And you know what? I didn't want to steal it from Amy, or I would have stole it for the listener. And I actually now regret not stealing it from her.
Yeah.
Because it would have been a much better thing.
I know. Hindsight, man. I loved Al's expression on his face whenever Amy so proudly came and stole
got
that.
it.
Because he wasn't thinking anybody was going to be stealing that. He was making jokes about, there's the charcuterie board is still available. He didn't think anybody was going to get it. And she was like, I want that.
Yeah. And then she passed up Al, someone had a custom sweater or sweatshirt, I guess, made with Al's picture all over it. And
a Santa hat.
And a Santa hat. And she passed up stealing that to get it. So he was like, I see how it is, you know. So we knew going into the party that we were going to, whatever we won, we were going to give to our listeners.
Yeah.
And so Kelly was on full, like, is it mailable?
Yes.
It needs to be small enough to mail, but it needs to be good. So we're literally like, the goal is to, if you pick something that's not good to send, let's try to trade for something else. Let's see what happens. So ironically, Kelly and I were not even sitting next to each other whenever we picked our numbers. Like you were on the other side of the room from me. So I ended up being the first person and she ended up being the very last person. And it's really weird because they did it kind of different. They picked the numbers and then they did it a different way. So it wasn't.
Yeah. So some people you get a number and then you go in number order, but they gave everybody a number and then drew numbers out of a bucket. And so it was very random. You didn't know when your number was going to be called.
Yeah. And
so I was number 3, but I was very last.
I was number 12 and I was the first.
Yeah.
So I went first and I picked up a bottle of wine and it was red wine. Yeah. And I was like, this is not a good male thing.
Yeah, for one. And for two, you never know like who we're going to end up sending to, and you don't know if they're going to be a drinker.
Or they could be alcoholic, maybe.
And it's a touchy
I'm not trying to take someone down the wrong road.
I know, right?
They could be underage.
You never know.
So our goal was to get rid of the alcohol.
Yeah.
And to make a plan B. So our friend Shelly is also at the party. So Kelly and Shelly and I are sitting next to each other at the couches. We're the only ones that really sat down, right? Was anyone sitting on the other couch?
No, everybody went. And it was funny because everybody was all around and nobody wanted to sit on the white couches. And I was like, I'm sitting down.
Yeah, we sat down. No, we had no problem.
All right.
So anyway, so I go first. I picked this wine, and Shelly immediately is like, her wife Tess has actually been on the show before. Mm-hmm. She was like, Tess loves that wine, and I was like, great, I will trade because I need. So I said, find something. You pick something that we can mail. Like this needs to be you're in it. You're now involved. So she was like, okay, that's the goal. The goal is to make this happen. So anyway, so. The next, everybody's going. And Kelly, what was your plan?
I saw,
y'all know she is Miss White Elephant. She goes in prepared.
Whenever the sweatshirt came out, I didn't get the sweatshirt, but they opened up and it was Al face on with a Santa hat on a sweatshirt. And I was like, oh my gosh, that would be a really funny gift to send to a listener. But you had to be able to steal it. After you stole it twice, it was going to be frozen. And so I didn't want to be the first person to steal it because I didn't want it to get stolen from me. I wanted to be able to end up with it. And so when somebody stole...
Strategic over here.
Somebody stole Shelly's gift, and this was like towards the end. Like I knew, because there was only like 33 people, and they had already called all the numbers except for mine, and so I knew that I was gonna go after Shelly picked her gift. So somebody stole Shelly's gift from her, so she got to go pick. And I said, Shelly, get the sweatshirt. She said, I don't want the sweatshirt. I said, no, you steal it from them, and once he calls me, I'm gonna steal it back from you. She's like, oh, okay. So she went and stole the sweatshirt, and then he called, and then it was my turn. So I went and stole the sweatshirt from Shelly. So then she got to pick another gift. And so it worked out.
And then
the sweatshirt.
Did she pick my wine? She picked my wine. Mm-hmm. She didn't need to do. That wasn't the plan.
I know.
But that's okay. It was like a moment we had seconds. Okay, y'all. It was down to the wire. We were the last one. People were restless.
Yeah.
I'm just setting this in.
Yeah, they were done.
They were done. So Shelly grabs the wine. I'm like, oh, okay, I got to pick something now. And so now everybody's kind of moving around slightly.
Yeah, because they think it's done.
And I've got to pick a gift, or there's like 2 gifts left because for some reason there was an extra gift.
Yeah, there was an extra gift.
And so I'm like, I either got to pick a gift, or I've got the last gift, or I need to go and steal something, but everyone's kind of moving. So then I'm like, well, I can't really steal now. They don't even know I'm still playing. I don't think,
they're just gonna think you're trying to steal their thing.
Yeah. So I went and I grabbed a bag and I opened it up, and the bottle of wine I had was probably a $30 bottle of wine, right? Yeah. And I brought a Crown Apple set. So it was Crown Apple, and it had 2 glasses, Crown Apple glasses. And it was locked down immediately.
And it was a fan favorite. we got a shipment that was donated to the Boys and Girls Club that was these really nice dart sets. So like they're the ones they fold out. They're all wood. It's all super, super nice.
But it's real darts. Like you can't give it to kids.
It's like a real like that you would buy, that they would buy to like put in a nice bar. Like it's super nice. I don't even know how much they actually were worth. I just got that because I was like, this will work perfect for my white elephants.
Yeah. So I brought the crown, and so the average person probably had about a $30 to $40 gift, maybe even 50 on a few of them. I would say
some of them. Yeah, it was a good spread.
But really, to me, white elephant, unless it's specifically noted, it really should be starting at 20.
Yeah.
Unless they say, hey, under 20, under 10.
Yeah, unless it's specified.
Yes, 20 is about average, I think. But I have been to this party for 3 years now, and I know the average dress is closer to 30 to 40. So I'm going to come prepared with a 30 to 40. Now, if you've never been to the party, okay, you might not know that, and that makes sense. And my gift was a picture frame and 2 bite-sized Snickers, like, you know, the bite.
Like the little
tiny ones. The tiniest one they make. 2. Not 2 bags.
Just 2.
Just 2. And then I think 2 candy canes.
Yeah. And the mini candy canes.
The mini candy canes, okay? And on the back of the frame, it has the price tag, and it is a $4 dollar store frame.
Yeah.
So they spent $4 and like 15 cents.
They probably just stuck extra candy that they already had.
Exactly. Yeah. So they spent $4. That's fine. That's absolutely fine if you are at a party that is what the average gift is.
Yeah. If they told you under $5 or under $10.
Yeah, awesome. Or if you don't have the money for the gift, you don't have to participate. There were a few people there that did not. Some people don't like to participate, so don't participate. And I'm not really mad because I'm not even keeping the gift, but I am annoyed because it's just rude.
Yeah, you put in $40 and you got a $4 picture frame.
Yeah, and I don't care because the game was worth the $40. We had fun. The party was worth that. But it's the point. Like somebody literally thought, I'm going to bring this, you know. And I'm like, I got to give this to a listener.
Yeah.
And it's a $4 frame from the dollar store. That's really what bothered me. Because, I mean, the whole thing, it was for a listener. Obviously, we're not going to send somebody a $4 frame. Well, we are going to send it. But we're gonna add to it.
Yeah, we're going to spruce up your
Kelly
gift.
and I are going to spruce that gift up. It will be a surprise. So somebody will be the winner of the $4 frame.
Congratulations.
You are the proud winner.
It's a major award.
It's a major award. Yeah, you're going to want to put this bitch in the window. And anyway, so that's what I won. And Kelly procured her sweatshirt. I used an Amy word. Her sweatshirt of Owl. So somebody will be the winner of that. So I think the person that we pull's name first should get the sweatshirt.
Okay.
And then the second person should get the $4 frame. I promise it's going to be equally as wonderful to the sweatshirt. We're not going to send you.
It'll be a little bit of a mystery, though.
Yeah, we're going to surprise. Have you seen surprise? Have you seen that?
I love it.
Anyway, so the party was really fun, and it was really funny because alcohol was the theme. Okay, there was so much alcohol given away at this party.
It had to have been the most alcohol I've seen at a white elephant giveaway.
I think so
in a
too.
long time.
And it was the number one thing that was locked down.
Oh yeah, they were
fighting. And this one couple was so funny because he was making his wife do his pick, but she kept stealing.
I forgot about this.
Yes. She kept stealing alcohol from people that had won alcohol. So this one lady won this massive bottle of Grey Goose.
Yeah.
Like that was a big ass
like
bottle.
the biggest bottle they make.
And so, someone spent some money on that bottle.
Oh, yeah.
And so the lady was all excited about it. So excited.
And
so
she
excited
was like, it's this older lady. And she's like, okay, I just want everybody to know. It's also my birthday.
It's also my birthday.
So don't steal this from me.
Yes, yeah. She was serious too. And I think that's a faux pas. I don't think that's cool. I don't think it's cool to guilt anybody.
I know, but I swear people
for
are like
stealing your gift.
Yeah,
like you're there to have a game.
That's literally the point of the game.
Yes,
is to try and steal.
It
other
takes the fun out if everybody's upset if you steal.
That's why I'm glad that she did what she did. She just moseyed her way over there,
she did.
That was literally the nicest steal I've ever seen because she talked to her.
She even apologized.
I just got to do. My husband wants this, and I got to get this for him. And she gave her a hug and everything. She's like, I'm just gonna have to take this.
And she did the lady still seemed a little perturbed.
Whatever. You got to do what you got to do, man.
Yeah, and so I laughed about that because I was like, okay. And so she steals it. She goes back over, and then somebody steals it from her. So she gets to steal something else. So she steals somebody else's alcohol. Then she goes and sits back down. And then her husband, it's his turn, but he sends her. So she goes and steals alcohol from somebody else and then comes back. And then someone steals that alcohol. So they have to go pick more alcohol. So she goes and steals alcohol for she and her husband combined, but it was her doing all the actual stealing because he was making her do the dirty work.
Yeah.
I mean, would you say 6 bottles?
Yeah, they went
bottles.
through all of the liquor that there was available.
I mean, they were picking half the time we played the game.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was rotating alcohol
But it
for them.
always got stolen again from them.
And the best part is that after everything was said and done, I don't know if you realize this happened, but a bunch of them exchanged alcohol so everybody got what they wanted.
Oh, really?
Yeah, all the people that ended up with alcohol was like, hey, do you actually drink this? No, but I drink that. Okay, let's trade. So they all flip-flopped.
Flip-flop.
And we also had the game plan. Terry came, and Terry had brought a brown sugar bourbon. Mm-hmm. And if y'all know me, I'm a whiskey drinker.
Whiskey girl.
And so he was like, hey, last year I gave Kelly my gift, so this year you get what gift I pick. I was like, oh my God, thank you. What did you bring? And he's like, brown sugar bourbon. I said, okay, I need you to pick your gift.
Get that.
I'm not drinking till my birthday. I'm currently watching my calories, so I'm not drinking till the end of January. So I was like, I'll drink that on my birthday.
Aww.
Like, if you'll get that. So he was like, okay, that's the plan. I'm going to try and get my own bourbon. Well, it immediately got picked, and then it got stolen,
mm-hmm.
and, and he couldn't get it. I think it got locked down.
Yeah, it did.
And so he couldn't get it. And so he was like, I'm sorry. He found someone to trade his gift he got for the bourbon, and he still gave it to me.
That's sly, mother.
I know.
Good job, Terry.
I know. So I got my bourbon. So I actually did get a gift, and I was like, "Do I send this to the listener?" And I was like, "No, it's alcohol. I'm not. I'd already told myself I wasn't
That was
doing
your
that."
extra gift you won.
It was very sweet of him, and I even kind of scanned the room because I was like, "Who's here that wasn't here previous years that wouldn't know?" Because that is a good, valid reason, I couldn't find one person I don't recognize from the year before besides Shelly, but I knew what Shelly brought, and she brought a great gift.
Yeah.
So it was something that's been there before.
You know you did wrong.
I hope you're listening.
So let this be a lesson to everybody else. Unless you know that there is a limit to stay under.
Yeah.
You should maybe inquire about
or just
what
think
it is.
average 20.
Yeah.
That's fair. 20 flexes both ways.
It does. That's a good solid amount.
Yeah, I think
it's just
so.
not a $4 frame.
And it's not going to break anybody's bank or,
That's the thing. You got to pay to play.
Yeah. So I thought it was pretty funny, and Owl's got a few custom fire engine and extinguisher. It says like Owl's
That was so
fire
funny.
department or something like that. So I thought that was funny, but the party was fun.
Yeah, I had a really good time.
Yeah, we had a good time.
Good eats, man. I was stuffing myself.
Yes, and you know what I noticed? There were not many people drinking. Mm-mm. And he always has an open bar.
Yeah.
And everybody was drinking the punch.
Yeah, that punch was good, man.
It was good, man. I drank it too. It was good. Everything was good.
I liked it.
They had lobster mac and cheese.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And Big Al's balls and their bacon wrap stuffed jalapenos, which are one of my favorite things to get here at Big Al's Down the Hatch.
Yeah.
I love them. So good.
They are good.
And then they had little mini brisket sandwiches that you could doctor up any way you wanted.
Yeah, little brisket sliders. Yeah. It was good.
And then lots of desserts too. They were good.
Yeah. And
I almost forgot about the desserts, and I was like, oh man. I went over there and grabbed some before the white elephant thing started.
And if you haven't checked out our Instagram, please do, and follow and like and share us. But Kelly made this cute little reel that shows part of the party, so y'all should check it out. And like and share it, maybe.
It was fun.
You can see a little bit of the party and Al's beautiful home, and and Al's on it. He makes an appearance on the video dancing.
Yeah.
It's pretty funny.
I'm so glad I got that.
I know, it was pretty funny. And so that was our Christmas party. We had a good time. So we can draw the names now?
I guess we can.
Okay, so the first person gets the sweatshirt.
Shake it.
Okay, so the people entered are the ones that liked and shared us. And then if you've previously had your name put in there, it's in there. So when you do things, the additional things, your name's in there more.
Yes.
So your name, one person has their name in 4 times.
Yeah.
So
if you're following us on Instagram, your name's in once. If you're following us on Facebook, it goes in. If you have share, like and shared our post, it goes in another time. And so we had somebody that was following us on Instagram and Facebook, shared it on Facebook, and shared it on our Instagram.
Yeah.
So
So
that's how you rack up those points, man.
Yeah.
And your name will stay in this bag.
Yeah,
so,
you stay in it. You every time you earn ones, we keep you in there to let you keep earning.
Stay in there. So our next drawing, you will even get more.
Yeah,
okay.
you get more
First,
chances.
I'm really shaking this up.
I know you really
good,
are.
man.
She's been working the bag the whole time.
Kneading dough over here.
Oh, should I have recorded this?
No. I don't wanna
Okay, no. Okay,
I mean,
never mind.
you can, I guess. If you want
No,
to.
we're not going to
Put my
stop and
Santa
record.
house
You go.
back on. Okay, first name. Here we go. Dun, 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 dun. Oh my gosh.
Who is it?
Erica Lynn Lewis.
Oh, Lord. She doesn't want the Big Al sweatshirt.
I don't know. Maybe she does.
Put her back in. Put her aside.
She's going to get mad at you.
No, Erica, I'm going to send you something that
She's
you
going to
want.
get mad at you.
No, I got you, Erica. Don't you even worry. She saw our, I posted our picture of you, me, and Shelly.
Mm-hmm.
And she goes, where was this? Like we didn't invite her.
How rude. Okay.
All right. Okay, Erica, I promise I'm going to send you something.
All right. Here we go. April Adams.
All right, yay.
April Adams, you are the winner of the Big Al sweatshirt.
I actually know April
You
as well.
is welcome.
I know April as well.
Really?
Yeah.
All right.
She's a Red Oak girl.
This is going to be for our mystery gift that includes the amazing $4 picture frame.
Right?
Oh, man. Get back in there.
Right?
They're all stuck together.
Or maybe next time we need one of those rolling, whatchamacallits, the little like rolling, like they do with the bingo balls. And you turn it and they spin around and they spin around and they spin around.
All right. The winner of this one is Amber Pilcher.
Oh, Amber. She's an OG.
Amber Pilcher.
Amber, yay. Amber, yay.
All right.
All right, good deal. Okay, so we're going to have to contact them and get addresses and send that out. And everybody else, your name's in there. You know what? I'd put their names back in there so they can continue to have chances.
Here, let me write these down real quick.
Okay, so there's that part. So for Christmas, we wanted to talk about stocking stuffers too. Is there any more catching up? Did you have more catching up to do?
Your tattoo.
Oh, I got a tattoo.
Oh, by the way, you sound like me now. I forgot.
Oh yeah, oh my God. Well, okay, so anyone that listens to the podcast very often or just knows me personally, I talk about my mom a lot, obviously. And my mom's birthday was the 14th. And if she would have been 71 years old. She passed away 10 years ago. The anniversary is in about 2 weeks. And so I've been wanting to do a tattoo for her. And when my brother was still alive, we discussed getting the same tattoo for Mom. And the irony in this is Mom really hated tattoos. Like, she didn't want to accept tattoos. She was like, I made your bodies perfect. You know, typical mom stuff.
Yeah.
And I was the first of the children to get a tattoo. And I lied about it for a very long time. And then Zoel outed me.
Of course he did.
But I didn't know he did. And so then him and Mom decided to just fuck with me. So we were going to the mall, which is really weird because Zoe and I both didn't live at home anymore. And we just happened to both be visiting my mom in Denton when she lived in Denton. And we go to the mall and my mom's like, I'm thinking of getting a tattoo. Because she knew I got one, so now she's just jacking with me. I'm thinking I'm going to get a little duck, like a mama duck. And she's like, on my back, like on my lower back. She's talking about a tramp stamp, y'all. Like, she's totally jacking with me. And I think I'm probably I'm 18, so she's in her early 40s. My mom and I are only 22 years apart. And she was like, I'm going to get a mama duck, and then I'm going to get 3 little baby ducks for each of y'all. And they're going to be on the lower of my back. I was like, you're going to have a tramp stamp with ducklings on your back? Yeah, for y'all, to represent y'all. I should totally get this tattoo now that I think about it. And I was like, Mom, that's a horrible idea. She was like, well, it's not as good as, let's say, I don't know, my name on my back, because that's my first tattoo was my name. Because, I'm not going to get sick of me.
Right.
Anyway, so my mom was not a big fan of the tattoos, but my brother ended up getting a few. My sister has quite a few. In fact, her dad, which we have different dads, told her that if she got a tattoo while she was in college, he was no longer paying for her college. And my sister, being Sherry Vaughn's child, went and got a massive tattoo on her back and did get cut off and had to pay for her own college.
Well, what are you going to do?
Not the best choice.
I think that I would have waited till I got out of college. I mean, that's
And she's really smart, so it's really funny she made that odd financial decision because she went on to get her doctorate. Like, she's a therapist now.
Right?
But okay. Anyway, so not big fan. My dad, however, has like 20 tattoos, so he's cool with them.
Yeah.
He did get mad about my first one, though. Anyway, so I thought, okay, I got to get a tattoo for mom because, I'm her daughter. I want to piss her off, even in death. And
why stop?
Yeah, why stop now? And then I'm like, what? And so Zola and I, when he was alive, were talking about what to get. And we were like, what would be good for mom? Like, and we're running through all these ideas. And there's like, Texas roses, blue bonnets, like yellow roses, all Texas related. And she's very proud Texan. And then I was like, you know what? I want something, what is the one thing that you really associate with mom? And we both were like, jambalaya.
Jambalaya.
So Zolan actually came up with this together. And we were like, jambalaya. That's
makes it even better.
Yeah. And so then I was like, I don't know that that's going to look good in a tattoo. Like, what are you going to have, a bowl of jambalaya? How do you draw rice and salsa? So then we laughed and we're like trying to think of how, you're going to do that. And then I was like, maybe we could just get the word jambalaya. And then I don't know if him or I thought of it, but we decided to see if we can't locate her recipe for jambalaya and get her handwriting from her recipe card. And the reason jambalaya is the connection is that my mom was a massive Hank Williams Sr., all the Hanks, but Hank Sr. fan. And when I was growing up, it was the majority of the music we listened to was country, but Hank was like her go-to. If we were outdoors, like if we were spending time outdoors, she was playing Hank or George Strait. And she would sing to me Hank Sr. like a lullaby. And I mean, it is the soundtrack of my life. And when our favorite thing she made was jambalaya. She made a Creole jambalaya. And when she was cooking, she'd be playing the music and singing. And if you wanted to eat some, you had to sing to her. Like, it's just, there's a lot to it. It sounds silly, jambalaya, but it is a staple of our life. And remember, you went with me to my godmother's funeral, and we walked up and saw my godfather for the first time in like 25 years. And the first thing he yelled was, Zeta, I made you jambalaya.
Yep.
It is a big part of my life.
And it was amazing.
Oh, yes.
It was so good.
And yes. And our connection to jambalaya as actual food jambalaya is because my mom dated a man that was Cajun, and he taught her how to do it. And anyways, so I decided to do that. So I contacted my sister about 1.5 years ago, and I was like, hey, this is when Zola was still alive. So 2 years ago, Zola was still alive. And I was like, do you have the recipe card? I had one, but I couldn't find it. And I was like, do you have the recipe card for Mom's jambalaya? And she was like, oh, I think I do somewhere. So she found it, made a copy of it, and sent it to me. And then Zola died, and we never did it. Mm-hmm. And I was like, and I kind of put it in the back of my head. But I always wanted to do it, And so I just decided this would be the year. So for her birthday, I went and got jambalaya tattooed in her handwriting on my foot, on my right foot.
What day was her birthday on?
December 14th.
December 14th.
Mm-hmm. And I went to Kelly's lady that did Kelly's tattoo that we talked about in the last episode. I didn't go to the same lady. It was all women in the tattoo shop. I went to the other lady, Patience.
Patience. Yes. She's awesome. She did my 2 moths that I got on Friday the 13th.
Yeah, she was real nice. We talked the whole time. She was awesome. I told her the story. She was like, she told me the last 2 days I've had a bunch of people come in for writing ones. Like that's a thing people do a lot. And she goes, but they've all been like, love you, mom. Stuff like that. You're coming in here with jambalaya.
You really know how to stand out.
I know. And so I got it on my foot, and I love it. It's beautiful. It is officially my favorite tattoo.
It's great.
Yeah, and it took a lot for me to beat my Z. I really love my Z on my wrist. I love my Blanche. Yeah. Zeta, she didn't age so well, but I can't see her, so it's okay.
Yeah, it's fine.
It's all good back there.
So did it hurt on your foot?
Like a motherfucker.
That's what I hear, man.
Definitely the most painful one I've had, worse than the finger. And the finger was sensitive, but it was so small it didn't last long,
Yeah, it's so funny.
My foot started going a little while. And it would just, you know, it knows this is not something I want to do. So it was trying to run away. It would just like kick. It would just reflexes, you know. So I had to take my other foot and hold my toes down. She didn't tell me to do it. I just knew I needed to come up with a plan or I was going to have a fucking problem on my foot. So I took my other foot and I like held that foot down by its toes so she could get, and I was fighting with my other foot. My feet were fighting each other.
I wish I could have saw that.
It hurt. But it didn't take very long either. I mean, she was done in like 25 minutes. So it went fairly quickly. And the hiccup was the kicking. I didn't kick her, thank God. And anyway, so that's my tattoo. And I guess that's my Christmas present to myself too. So Merry Christmas to me.
Yeah.
And that's my catching up. That's all I got.
What I plan on giving my Christmas present to myself is usually what it is a tattoo.
A tattoo. So. That's a good, you're consistent.
Yeah. Yeah.
So another thing we wanted to talk about was stocking stuffers. And you might have seen this viral video right now of this teenage boy, I guess, maybe he's a young adult boy, when he said he realized that that his mom's stocking wasn't, she was the one that was filling her own stocking, basically. And he said, you know, it's not that I didn't believe in Santa, I believed in my dad. And when he realized his dad wasn't filling his mom's stocking, and so it was devastating to him.
Yeah.
And I have posted about this for years about filling mom's stocking, because I was a single mom. And when I was married, my ex-husband did not fill my stocking. I would just fill my own stocking. But whenever I was divorced, I couldn't afford to fill my own stocking. I was just trying to provide Christmas for my kids. I was not leaving myself $20. And so I would have an empty stocking. And but then the kids started noticing my stocking was empty, and so I was like, well, Santa gives you a choice. If you don't want, you can choose to have more gifts for the kids and you not get a stocking. And since I buy myself anything I want, which they didn't know, you know, then I just thought it was better he bring y'all more gifts. And they were like, oh, okay. And then some years I would put my own shit in it, like from around the house. So they thought I was getting something. So my stepmom would give me a stocking sometimes, but in my adult life, I've really not gotten stockings. And so I posted the other day, hey, reminder, you know, Rick and I have only lived together now a year. So we were together last Christmas, but last Christmas we didn't do a Christmas because my kids were with their dad, and it was the 1 year anniversary of my brother passing on Christmas Day.
Yeah.
So I went to the casino and had a kind of anti-Christmas to stay focused.
Yeah.
And so we didn't do stockings last year. Well, this is our first year having Christmas Day in our home, him living with me, participating in Christmas morning.
Yeah.
And he says, I put the post and I was like, hey, husbands, you know, you need to fill your wife's stockings. Like, understand that the kids are looking too, like, you know, and it's not cool. She usually does everything else for Christmas. Like, most men don't even know what their kids are about to open. And so you can fill one stocking. And so then we have this conversation, and then Rick is hunting. And so when Rick comes home, he goes, I saw your post about filling a stocking. And I don't really know how to fill a stocking. He goes, I've never filled a stocking for
I need
anybody.
to take some notes here.
I said, what do you mean you've never filled a stocking? You've raised your daughter by yourself. I mean, you know, for years. She's 19, and he's raised her by himself for, you know, since she was like 3. And, I mean, his mom helped him, but, you know, he was the parent. And he goes, oh, my mom always did the girl stuff like that. I never filled her stocking. And he goes, I bought the gifts. Like, I'd give her the money and she'd go do it. And I was like, what? Okay, well, then you really don't know. I guess other than when you receive stuff. But I don't know what they receive in their home compared to what I receive in my home, because his family is very different from mine.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay. And he was like, I don't know. I was like, you know, whatever. I was like, whatever. I said, but you're off the hook, because I was saying husbands, and you're not my husband. He did not laugh at that. I did. I like low blows. So he was like,
well, you're way out of your league here.
Yeah. And so he's like, you know, we didn't really come to a final decision on that. But so then I started thinking about it today, and I post on Facebook on my personal page. I was like, hey, you know, give ideas. What do you put in stockings? What do you get in your stocking? Husbands and wives, not kids' stockings. I'm talking husbands and wives, or adult children, whatever. And everybody had great freaking ideas.
Oh, yeah?
And
let's hear some of them.
Yeah, they were very diverse. Like, you weren't like, I mean, some of them were the same thing over and over again. But for the most part, it was, hang on, I got to make sure I'm not on two sides. Yeah, see, I'm on the wrong one. For the most part, it was like different ideas, but similar concept. Like everybody's kind of in the same price range.
Yeah.
Because, not most people don't do stockings that have like diamond rings in them and, that kind of stuff. Most people are doing smaller stuff. So on it, I get a ton of comments. It's so funny how crazy this one was. Okay, so I put mine, and mine was toothbrushes, favorite snack or candy, fun socks, lotion, body wash. Guy put socks, and he put this is good too, and it was like a little mini tool set, easy to move. Other people, toothbrushes, candies, Christmas version of candies, fun earrings and not expensive. Lots of fun socks, gift cards, chocolate, body care items, scratch off lottery tickets.
Yeah,
that's a good one.
Yeah, it's a good one.
That is a really
My
good
family
one.
does that.
Pocket knife, mini shower gel, car air fresheners, Bloody Mary ingredients. That's a good one.
Nice.
Money, hand warmers. This is obviously someone that does not live in Texas. And then tickets to concerts, gift cards for places that are usually their budget, like nail salons and the fun stuff like that. And then someone posted a really funny meme. And then hair ties. Like these are all. Yeah. Oh, and then another, Alex, he put, guys, go to Ulta. If you're clueless, an employee will help you. Don't tell me you can't pick out colors because you know the difference between Chevy and Ford colors. I was like, exactly. Someone said their family always gets beef jerky from the local meat market, and if they don't have it, people are fighting. Like they expect to have that
Where's
special.
my beef jerky?
My sister put unique seasonings, and I thought that's a good one.
Yeah, just go to Buc-ee's.
Yeah. Erica, our friend, put ibuprofen. I'm gonna read it exactly. I'm gonna read exactly what she put, because if this doesn't sound like Erica, I wish I could imitate ibuprofen, Robitussin. This is me interpreting her. Fucking melatonin, warm milk, LOL, joy jelly, pocket rocket.
Oh my God.
Pedicure gift card. I could go on for days. Mini whiskeys to fit in the purse. A roller and not for baking. Okay, that was the best one.
Oh my gosh, that's so great.
And then Mark put small liquor bottles or themed small liquor bottles like shot of Bailey's and a shot of Fireball tied together.
Yeah.
Also good ideas. And I thought, you know what? That's not a bad idea to share. Because really, I started thinking about it, and I've bought a few things for Rick's, but he needs nothing. Yeah. So it's just, little things.
Freaking men. Me and Dante haven't done stockings ever since we've been together. We typically don't buy each other gifts. I mean, we have actually for Christmas. We don't usually buy birthday gifts or Valentine's or anything, but we usually get each other something for Christmas. But we don't do stockings. So I've never had to worry about doing stockings, because when I go to my parents' house every not Thanksgiving, Christmas Eve, and we spend the night Christmas Eve and do Christmas Day. Are my immediate family. So me, my brother, my sister, my little brothers. And when we were younger, of course, my mom and dad were in charge of the stockings. And now we don't buy for each other. Like, we only buy for the kids.
The kids, yeah. It gets to that point.
But we all get each other stuff to put in the stockings. So everybody brings stuff. So my mom gets a bunch of candy. She fills up the stocking with candy.
So everybody brings a bunch of one thing.
Yeah, we bring a bunch of things to put in the stockings if you want to.
What a great idea. Yeah. So then it's not all on mom and dad.
Yeah, so it's not a big deal. It's not big stuff. It's just, fun stuff.
Little trinkets.
Last year I brought a pocket knife for all my little brothers, which apparently wasn't a good idea, but I thought it was a great idea.
Somebody put pocket knife in here. Somebody put pocket knife.
But maybe just not for kids. But
I do, for my boys, I do a big box of batteries every year for their controllers.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah, it's always a fan favorite. Always a fan favorite. So,
that's why I'm getting stuff for stocking stuffers, and I usually another thing is I like to get pins. That's one of my favorite things that my mom puts in my stocking every year, or if it doesn't fit my stocking, it's underneath it. Is she gets me really cool markers or pins and stuff, and I use those throughout the year. I use them at the Boys and Girls Club, and the kids love when
you're always ready.
When I let them use my because she got me glitter pins one year, and then she got me really cool markers another year, and they love to sit with me and be able to use my stuff.
Isn't it funny how moms, even when you're an adult, moms know these little...
They do. She is always spot on, man. And then, of course, there's always money in there, too. So,
isn't that nice?
Last year, I tried to steal the money out of Dante's That didn't work.
That didn't work out, huh?
She apparently knew that I was going to try and do that.
Well,
She's
we'll,
like, did you get home with your money? And he's like, there was money in there? I was like, no, there wasn't money.
Oh, my Lord. Mom called you out. That's too funny. Well, I just think it's fun, and I just think it's the stockings to me is one, and my kids too. I'd say it's one of our favorite parts.
It's
of
my
opening
favorite part.
presents.
So I'm glad that that's all, pretty much all the adults do. That's the best because you never know what's going to be.
I saw a TikTok with this family that when the kids reach a certain age, and I think they were adults already. Their parents started. I think there was 3 or 4 kids started packaging instead of a stocking. All their gifts, all their stocking stuffs were wrapped to make a shape of something. Or I don't even think they were presents. They made it there. I don't know how they would do this. But like one year you went down there and there were 4 reindeer that were made out of their gifts. But they all looked identical. But they were made out of presents and they somehow worked. That's a lot of work to figure out.
They might have just gotten certain size boxes and fit.
But you got to find the right gifts for each one of those. But it was a badass looking reindeer. We're not talking jankety looking. Like it looked like someone had built the reindeer.
That's
and then the other one year was a Christmas tree made out of presents, and each one there's 4 of them, one for each kid, and then another year it was like a snowman they built out of the presents.
See,
And
that's the kind of thing that I can't compete with.
I mean,
Sorry,
how much time do these people have in their hands?
I just can't do. I'm sorry.
Mine are lucky if all the presents get wrapped.
Exactly. I was wrapping presents last night, and I was like,
thankfully my
they
girls
just got
doing
worse and worse.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it's bad. Rick's like putting it in a grocery bag. I'm like, and then he told me yesterday he was going around the house saying, "All right, kids, I'm giving you an early present. Do I need to wrap it? It's this fridge. What about the stove? Both of these are new. Merry Christmas.
Just put a bow on it."
That's what he said. I'm just going to put a bow right here. I was like, okay. And he did buy 2. He's right. So I thought it was funny.
I mean, those are pretty good gifts, I'd have to say.
Yeah. So do you have any traditions that you want to share this year?
One of my favorites is we go to on Christmas Day, we go and eat Chinese food. That's something that my family, because we had to travel for a lot of Christmases for a while. And so we were always on the road on Christmas Day because we were coming back from on
somewhere.
Christmas Day, because we usually always do our big family Christmas and stuff on Christmas Eve or really early. And so we're usually on the road. So we're
traveling back on
the
Christmas
only
Day.
thing that's usually open around those times are Chinese food restaurants.
Yeah.
So we would always stop and get Chinese, and that became something that we
tradition.
love to do. And so now we want to do it. Now the past couple of years we haven't done it. I know last year we didn't do it. And so when my brother was asking me if I was going to be at, family Christmas. I was like, yeah, I'm not going to miss it. And I was like, I want us to go and get Chinese food though. And he's like, yes. He's like, I just texted Mom and said that we're demanding it. I was like, all right, sounds good.
Yeah.
Dante absolutely hates Chinese
Really?
food. He hates it. So, but he's coming for Christmas Eve, but he's not spending the night.
Oh, okay.
So I'm staying the night and my sister's bringing me back. So we're going to go. So we should be good because we're going to go get it on Christmas Day.
Well, I've told this story last year, but I'm going to tell it real quick because I know we have a lot of new listeners from last year, and I'll make it a quicker one. But we did Chinese food when my stepmother was very sick before she passed away, and so we just didn't have a traditional Christmas that year. And the kids and I went to see my dad, and then we were going back home, and I didn't feel like cooking. Cindy was my partner in crime in the kitchen, my stepmom. We would make these elaborate holiday dinners together. So I was like, well, let's stop at a Chinese food restaurant. Cause I'm like, we love we love, our Christmas movies. And, in A Christmas Story, they go to the Chinese restaurant, fa la la la, fa la la la. And so I was like, let's find a Chinese place and let's go there. And, on the way to my dad's house, there is an area that's like Little China in this part of Dallas that we have to drive through to get to my dad's house. So I was like, I know we're going to find a Chinese restaurant open there. Like, I have no doubt. So I go, and most of them are actually closed, but this one is open. And I had been to that one years before, but not a long time. And it's very authentic, and it's in the middle of Chinatown. So I'm like, okay, this is the perfect one. But it's been years since I've been there. And I don't know if they had changed owners or what, but it became even more authentic during the time frame I hadn't been there. And they literally had ducks hanging in the windows like you see.
Yeah, that's insane.
It was insane.
That's great.
And then we go inside, and the entire menu is in Chinese, like no English at all. And the waiters don't speak English.
Oh my God.
And
this is great.
we are the only white people. And it's been a while, but if I remember correctly, like I want to say like either somebody washing the tables or it was another customer helped us order. The food was delicious, but it was not American Chinese, but it was delicious. And so what a fun memory, though. My kids think it's hilarious to tell that story. So, and I took pictures. I'll try to remember to repost it or send it to you to put on the Instagram.
We need to go back there.
Yeah, it was pretty cool. And that was on a Christmas day. It was pretty cool. Yeah. So that's our Christmas story moment for us. Awesome. I got a few, though. I live that movie, I swear. I didn't say love the movie. I do love it, but I mean I live it. Things happen to me, okay? And then as far as other like Christmas traditions, I used to let the kids open one gift on Christmas Eve. But now they're always demanding something in particular. Like they'll know something that and they'll want it. So now I don't dud them because I'm like, you're always getting something else out of me early. So
right.
But we're going to the movies on Friday because here in downtown Waxahachie, they have the Texas Theater that just reopened. And the Texas Theater is showing Elf for free, but you had to get like tickets early. And so Zoe found it and got all the kids and I ticket to go see it.
That's awesome.
And we got Rick a ticket. We'll see if he does it. He said he probably would, and which would be weird. But and so we're gonna all wear our Christmas pajamas and go see Elf at the Texas Theater on Friday. It's Friday night, Right. And so I guess that's our fun Friday thing. And then I don't know. I'm gonna cook a lot. That's.
Yeah, my mom always let us open a Christmas present early, but it was always our Christmas pajamas.
Yeah,
we opened our Christmas pajamas, all got in our Christmas pajamas, and then we get hot cocoa and go and look at Christmas lights, and that's the last thing we do. And usually, because a lot of times, like I said, people sometimes for a long time we had people traveling or like they weren't going to do Christmas morning, they wanted to do it at their house.
Yeah.
So we would do our presents super late or like that Christmas Eve night. So the tradition was all the kids and everybody puts on their Christmas pajamas and get in the car and go caroling and looking at lights.
Yeah.
While a couple of people stayed getting the stockings ready and getting the presents and everything ready. Yeah. So that when you got back from looking at Christmas lights, Santa had already came.
Oh,
and so then we did do all of our present opening and stockings and everything.
That's fun.
Right then.
Well played, parents.
And then the people who weren't staying the night could go home. And
but they got to participate in it. Yeah. That's fun. See, I tried over the years to make my Christmas smaller and smaller with just me and my kids.
Yeah.
It's just so much easier and less stressful when you can just stay home. Yeah. So I do try to stay home for Christmas. Now, it's a little different this year because, like I said, it's every other year. It's different based on, I only have one kid technically that has to go to their dad's, but typically Zalians all stick together. Yeah. And so this year I have the kids and Rick and Madison now are here. So we're going to do Christmas morning with my kids, like get up early like we do and do breakfast and Christmas morning. And then he goes to his mom's house for lunch. And they do Christmas at his mom's house. His mom and I don't care for each other, so I don't go. And then, but I'll just, hang out with my kids all day or go see my dad, depending on what happens. And then I'm doing a Christmas dinner instead of a lunch so that he can come back and have Christmas dinner with us. Maybe my dad can join us. I doubt it because his foot's messed up right now. And then on Christmas Eve, his Hispanic side of the family, his grandma, they have it. I like to go to that one. But I'm not going this year because I got all my kids and I don't want to leave them at home while I go to some party. And they are invited and they can go, but it would be awkward. They don't really know his family. Mm-hmm. I hate to say it, but my kids just don't know his family. And it would be awkward for them to suddenly be at a party with with people they don't know. And so I feel awkward there. So, so I was like, nah, we're going to just stay home. So Madison and him will be doing things and we will be staying home, which is exactly how I want it. I'll be
Sounds
cooking.
Good.
But I'm counting calories, and Zoe is as well because I've fattened her up since she's been home. So I was like, Zoe's like, that week's just out the window, Mom. It's just we're gonna just accept defeat for a week. I was like, no, I'm not. No, I've lost 13 pounds.
Congratulations.
Thank you very much. So I appreciate it. Anyway, so yeah, I'm trying to stay on task. That's the moral of that
Stay
story.
on target.
Yeah, what else we got? Anything else?
We have a message.
I do, y'all. I just got this today. And it was so sweet and so unexpected. I guess she must have been listening to a podcast. I don't know which one at the moment. Or maybe she was just looking through social media and stuff because she's on my list, on my friend list. But I was like, this is the sweetest, it's really sweet. I'm not going to put her name out there because, I don't like to do that unless they give me permission. But, it's on ours, not on mine.
It's on our Facebook.
It's on our Facebook. Yeah. Sometimes they go to my regular messages first, and sometimes it just won't clear me out and put me in the messages for the, I don't know if any of y'all have 2 Facebooks, but it's weird. It messes up. It'll give you the inbox for one under the other. Yeah. And that's what it's doing right now.
And if you're not following us on Facebook, it's Two Sides in the Truth on Facebook. It's also that on Instagram, if you want to look us up. If you want to email the podcast, our email is twosidesinthetruthpodcast@outlook.com. So,
okay. So basically I'm not going to name, I can tell you exactly what it says. She said that, she really enjoys listening to the podcast because when she listens to it, she totally feels like she's hearing about her and her girlfriends. Like she has lifelong friends that she's very close to. And that this year has been hard because they lost one of them.
Oh.
And I just thought, oh my God, I've lost friends. I've lost some really good friends. But none that were part of a group of friends, if that makes sense. Well, no, but they were male friends. Yeah. I don't lose as many female friends as male friends. And so she said it's just really been a hard Christmas for them. And then she sent me a picture of them together in front of the Christmas tree, I guess last year or whatever year it was. And there's 4 of them. And then she sent me a video of them playing this game where with marshmallows where you're trying to pick them up. And I think they got a scoop. It's just impossible. And it's a funny game. I've seen people play it on TikTok and stuff like that. It's just a fun game. Yeah. And they're just laughing and they're having a great time. And, sometimes you see a video on TikTok and it's girlfriends having fun and you're like, God, that's what I want. I have those friends. Yeah. I know how lucky I am to have those friends. Yeah. And that's what that video looked like. And I was just like, that is awesome. And so I was, I just wanted to tell her it really did touch me. And it's hard, man. And so what I told her was, just find a way to remember her every year in a fun way. Do something to her. I do the rocks for my mom, that kind of thing, So I just want to let her know that it really did mean a lot to me that she sent something so personal and it was very sweet. Yeah.
We have some really great listeners.
And I'm very sorry for your loss, obviously. So I know how hard it is and this is a really hard time of the year, not just for when it's your first year without somebody, that makes it extra hard. But, Christmas time, it just, your memories are tied to these people. That's when it's not just the fact that it's the holidays and they're not there. It's the holidays and you have so many memories. So you're seeing things constantly. Maybe they gave you that ornament you put on the tree or, or that decoration you put out. Or maybe they were shopping with you and you bought this cake pan that you use every Christmas or, memories like that. So, but, isn't it great to have the memories? It's better than no memory at all.
That's very true.
So that was my listener
I have to say,
message.
If I ever lost you, I'm getting that cardboard cut out.
And taking it. And it still cracks me up.
It's going everywhere with me.
Yeah, I told Al about that, and he was like, I don't know that anyone's ever done that for me. And I was like, well, Al.
Sounds like you need to up your friend game.
Yeah, I don't know what to tell you. Anyways, what else we got? Anything else? We're not doing as long a podcast, but we've almost made it an hour. And we were like, this is going to be a short one because it's Christmas.
Well, that's us. Okay, you get us talking, and it's going to be an hour.
It is going to be an hour, definitely.
I would like to tell everybody, though, we are going to be taking a small hiatus through the holidays. It's just a lot easier for us to be able to not stress about being able to record and everything. So we are going to be back after the first of the year.
Yes, and otherwise we're going to take a little time off to be with our families. We will have
a podcast out the first week of January, but we're going to take a little break until then.
Yes. So we hope that everybody has a really good holiday season, whether it be, Christmas or whatever you celebrate. I hope you have a good time with it and do something for your memories. I like make an ornament as a family or, something that I do now. We started maybe 5 years ago, but Target and other Walmart this year I saw it, but Target always has them. You walk in, they get those little bins, like the really cheap little holiday seasonal things. Mm-hmm. And every year Target has these little white ceramic houses, just different shape houses that are usually hold a candle. Mm-hmm. And it's meant, like a little town, I guess, but they're just white ceramic. There's no color on them. And so the kids and I, whoever's there on Christmas Day signs it every year. Mm-hmm. And we get a new one every year. So that's our little thing that we do. So maybe y'all have something.
And if you have something you'd like to share with us, we'd like to get some pictures from y'all, of your traditions or something like that. Anything fun, or send us a message about it, and we'll read out some of y'all's holiday stories. So either message us on our Instagram or Facebook, or on our email.
Maybe we'll even do some small little reels over the next week, and where we read them.
Yeah. That would be fun.
But you have to send them for us to do that.
We'll try to do that. We'll try to still be active, like on social media and posting stuff.
Yeah.
Even though we are not.
It's just hard to get in during the holidays.
It is.
Because you got to get someone to unlock, and Al's off, and so we're not recording the other podcast.
Yeah. So it would just be a little bit hard to do that. So we're just going to.
And we need to give Eric a break.
Yeah. We love you, Eric.
So I think that's all. We got anything else, or we covered everything? All right, great. Well, y'all have a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
We love you guys.
Fa ya 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 ya. There it is. Well, that's all for today. Thank you for joining us. Maybe come back next week and bring a friend.
Yeah. And remember, there's always 3 sides to every story.
2 sides and the truth.
Bye.
Bye, y'all.